All right. What is up, everybody? Yours truly, Air Raid Mike here. And if you cannot hear me, probably hear in the background for some reason. There you go. We're just in that real quick. There's no mute button. Yeah, yours truly, Air Raid Mike here, your host of the unfiltered, unscripted, 100% authentic podcast. Guys, Happy New Year first and foremost. And hey, let's have some fun. If you know anything about my guest, you know that this dude is the real deal. Let's kick things off. New Year's first episode of the 2024 year. The other way, but my good friend and brother, Mr. Clyde Diesel. Clyde, my man, happy New Year, dude.
Happy New Year, Mike. It's good to see you, buddy.
Hey, likewise, my man. Hey, how's life been treating you over the holidays?
Pretty well. I was gonna say something crude, but ultimately I've been blessed.
Very nice. I know we talked a lot about that during the, I don't know what you call it, pre-game show, pre-show. I don't know what you want to call it, but nonetheless,
warm up.
Yeah, warm up. Excuse me.
The fluffing.
Dude, we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
As we all know, if you're listening in or you're watching, I should say, comments are flying in.
Already?
Here we go. My good friend, Kurt and Raj podcast, Clyde is broadcasting from a cave in an undisclosed location. Is that true?
The Bat Cave.
Witness protection has been tough on him.
Dude, you're not supposed to say that, Mike.
But anyway.
But I drink and I know things.
Well, you know more than our president does, so there you go. The 2023 the 2023 season for the Denver Broncos, Clyde, has been nothing but a humongous disappointment. 8-8. We could potentially have our first winning season since 2016 when we finished 9-7. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I really don't know. Or we could have our, what is this, 7th straight losing season, 8th? Well, I lost count at this point. Exactly how many losing seasons. So a lot on the line this week in Las Vegas when we take on the Las Vegas Raiders, and so first things first, what was your preseason expectations of this team? Let's start from there. What was it headed into 23? What were you more looking forward to this year?
Some semblance of an offense that is run capably.
I think that's fair. I think that is fair because again, you look at last year, the offense ran horrendously.
Yes,
dude. I will say this: I was hopeful of seeing some promise or something last week. Against Los Angeles, the Chargers, with Jarrett Stidham. I didn't see anything but the same thing we've been seeing all year long. A mediocre offense.
But Mike.
Go ahead.
But Mike, that's the point. Sorry to cut you off, buddy.
No, you're good, dude.
I'm new at this. New year, old me. The point is that you can get similar results with a $5 million quarterback that you were getting with a $40 million quarterback.
Exactly.
That was the whole point of this. So, yeah, was it spectacular? No, but when has it been spectacular this year? It hasn't been.
It hasn't been.
And that's the reason why Russ is getting benched and ultimately getting cut.
Yeah.
June 1st cut, right? So you can spread out his dead cap, $89 million of dead cap over the next 2 years.
Yep. So
the point isn't that we're going to have a spark. It makes no difference what kind of a spark we get. The point is that we can get similar results with a $5 million quarterback that we were getting with a $40 million. And that's the point here.
The thing was the Russell Wilson experience never really got off its ground. He came in with a high horse, and first of all, George Payton, what he should not have done, but he did immediately, was sign him to that long-term deal. I would have waited this thing out last year, had him finish that current contract, and then see what 23 looks like. How much of this falls on George Payton, in your opinion, on this deal and where we're at right now currently with Russ and in the position that we're in? Because this will lead to the next question, Clyde, is headed into the 24 season. Who is your quarterback? Are we going to go back to the draft? Are we going to go free agency? Are we going to make a trade? Now we're right back to the same freaking boat that we have been really since Peyton Manning retired after Super Bowl 50. We're back to the quarterback. Who is our quarterback for 24?
Well, first of all, we never got out of the boat, bro. We've been in the boat since then. We're not back in it. We've been in it the whole time. So just because Russell Wilson is a name brand doesn't mean that we've had horrendous quarterback play. We have. It's just continued. So where we're going to be in 2024 ultimately is probably a whole bunch of shitty quarterback play continuing into 2024. It just is what it is. I'm going to say Stidham is probably the quarterback going into 2024 because of the cap situation. $5 million against the cap next year is actually kind of palatable when you consider that huge albatross of a contract that we're going to have to eat going into the cap year next year. So it's probably going to be Stidham and a rookie. And who knows where we get the rookie? Who knows which rookie we're going to get? But if I had a crystal ball right now, it would say Stidham and a rookie moving forward in 2024. And, to mention, to get back to your George Payton question, George Payton, well, have you ever had to, you know what a bedpan is? Have you ever had to use a bedpan?
I personally never have.
I would fill up a bedpan and put it in a Tupperware and send it to his office because what he's done to the Broncos is what I filled the Tupperware with. He is absolutely to blame, and I'm not a fan. Did I lose you? I'm sorry.
No, I'm here. While we're talking Denver football, we do have some breaking news. I don't know if you just got this on your end, Clyde, or not, but just coming in.
I haven't gotten anything. I'm driving.
3 Denver Broncos have been named to the Pro Bowl off of 8 and 18. You want to take a guess of who they are? 2 of the 3 is the most obvious.
How many Broncos? You said three Broncos?
Correct.
I'm going to go with PS2 and Justin Simmons.
Those are correct.
Did I lose? Okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'm going through a weird spot right now with my connection, so I apologize to those listening right now, but PS2 and Justin Simmons, and a third is going to be, I'm going to say the punter or the kicker.
Marvin Mims Jr. Our rookie
Marvelous Marvin Mims.
Our rookie wide receiver out of Oklahoma.
All right. Nice.
So congrats
All right.
On those three. But no, going back to George Payton, dude. I think we always blame Russ, but I think we have to look at George and see where this falls on the line of him. One, he threw he threw the target too quick to get Russ long term in Denver. I thought that was a mistake from the beginning.
Yes.
The trades to help. Really, the help where he has messed up, and really, what Clyde, I'll go out on the limb and say the pick. Oh, that what was that? When was that draft? 2 years ago, 3 years ago now with Jerry Jeudy. Dude,
yeah, that was John Elway actually.
Yes.
That was 2020 with John.
Dang, it's been that long.
Yeah.
We had an option, dude, between Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb. We chose obviously Jerry Jeudy. Dallas obviously CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
And dude, look how that. Now I'm not going to sit there and say CeeDee Lamb is going to do what he's doing right now. I'm not going to go out on the limb and say that. However, career-wise so far, I think CeeDee Lamb, between those two options that we had, or I'm assuming that we had, right now, dude, we lost that pick.
Well, you think?
Big time. Big time.
Dude, we also had a chance to take Justin Jefferson. We could have taken CeeDee Lamb. We could have taken Justin Jefferson. But we took Gumby Legs McStonehands out of Alabama, Raj and Herb.
Yes, Herb and Raj.
Herb and Raj. We took Jerry Jeudy, Gumby Legs McStonehands. And yeah, to say I'm annoyed with Jerry Jeudy is an understatement. We should have traded him this year at the trade deadline. Apparently, there was a team that offered a 3rd round and a 5th round pick for Jerry Jeudy this year at the trade deadline, and we declined it because George Payton sucks at his job.
Well, George Payton thought that we could have gotten a whole lot more out of Jerry Jeudy. Now I don't know I don't know who it was, and probably we probably won't ever know who it was. But you look at it, dude. Here's the deal. I'm going to say this: I don't know what the offseason is going to look like for Denver. Far between, probably who knows what. But I do know this: Denver needs to make some moves this offseason, and I'm going to be honest with you. George Payton, Sean Payton, I don't care all the Paytons in the world that you can gather up and have a kumbaya fest down the outside of Empire Field. But what they need to do, Clyde, is simply everyone's on the trading block, no hands down.
Agreed. Yeah. No, every PS2, I think that the Broncos are going to use PS2 as a trade chip to move up in the draft to take a quarterback. That's my crystal ball.
And I think Chicago, you can utilize that to Chicago.
Ooh. I don't know about the number 1 pick, but maybe you might be able to move up into the top 10 and get one of the Penix or Daniels. One of those two, maybe. I hope not Daniels. No offense. I hope it's Penix. I hope that's the guy they target. But I think PS2 is probably a trade chip, and he's probably gone at the end of this year.
What would you give up? Okay, here we are. Say that I'm Chicago. No, say that I'm Denver. And you're Chicago. Say I'm calling you about the number 1 overall pick. What would be the even remotely offer that you want out of that pick?
If I'm Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, there's not enough. The Broncos don't have enough to offer for that number 1 pick, unfortunately. They won too many games, man. They went on a weird winning streak that they really had no business winning all those games. They shouldn't have. And now we're in a position where we can't move up. We don't have the capital to move up into that pick. So that's a pipe dream. There's the starting price is 4 number ones, I would say, for the number 1 pick.
Ooh.
Caleb Williams is that guy, dude. What would you give up for an opportunity to draft Peyton Manning?
Dude, ooh, Peyton Manning. Well, I mean,
yeah,
off of this year's team,
you don't have anything.
PS2 would be your best option.
That's the only guy, but that's not enough.
Wise. Well, no, you'd have to go. You'd have to do 20. This is 24. You'd have to do 24, 25, and there's a good chance you may have to do 26 first rounds.
And PS2. That's what I'm saying. The starting price is 4 first-round picks.
Would you still? I still would think PS2 would still get a first-round grade, even though where he's at now. But
I would give him a first round for sure. But it would be this year, next year, and 26, and PS2 for the number 1 overall. And I guarantee you that's for both teams. It's not like it doesn't make any sense, especially when you're in cap hell like the Broncos.
Oh yeah.
So you're really in a position right now where the number 1 pick isn't even an option. You might be able to. Where are we going to be picking? What? 10 to 14, 12 to 14.
Right now we're at 14.
So do we win this game? Are we going to win this game against Vegas?
Well, you got Jarrett Stidham as your quarterbacks. I mean, our offense is going to be the same as we saw the last all year long. So that's a plus. It depends on how Vegas wants to come out. I don't know where they're at draft wise. I don't know if they have much room more if they lose, if they get I don't know how much of a wiggle room they got. Denver, it's kind of hard to tell with them. You may have a lot of players go out and be like, screw it, we done, and you may end up with what we ended up last week on the receiving core. I mean, you don't know, but I don't know, dude. I would hope to end this season. We lost to him in the beginning of the season by a point. I would hope that we don't get swept by him. So I would say hopefully, but I have no problem. I have no idea, dude. Depends.
Well, why do you want to win? Why would we want to win?
Well, first of all, at least gets that. Okay, so reason why I want to win is one, it'd be our first winning season since 2016, even though we missed the playoffs that year. 2016, so that's a plus. At least you snap that streak. I mean, you've already broken all kinds of franchise records anyway when it comes to losing seasons. But a winning season,
but who cares? Honestly,
well, you'd be surprised, Clyde. I think some people would. Now I don't know who would.
Would you be like? What's the difference? Oh, we're a 9-8. We're rooting for a 9-8 team as opposed to an 8-9 team.
Pretty much, yeah.
Neither one of those two records is getting us in the playoffs. So who cares?
No, yeah, the playoffs.
Ultimately, why I say that is because if we lose, we're with 12 to 14 in the pick, right? The pick would be.
Yeah, I don't think we have much room, even if we
probably around 12.
I would say so, yeah. I don't think we have much room to even make a jump to a higher. I mean, higher is 11, 10, 9, but I don't think that there's really much room that we can make.
So if we lose, let's say we lose and we got the 12th pick. And okay, the 12th pick. But if we win, we get the 17 or 18. That's a whole lot of capital, dude. That's a bunch of draft capital that we're essentially surrendering by what? Beating the Raiders because we want to be 9-8 as opposed to 8-9.
So here's where
really losing to the Raiders gives us a whole lot more draft capital than beating the Raiders.
So here's where we're at right now. Everyone, feel free to whether it's Twitter or whatever, feel free to put your comments in. Mr. Raj himself, good evening.
What did he say?
Raj? He said, "Evening, gents," and then "Roll Tide."
Roll Tide.
JJ McCarthy could be a Denver Bronco. You never know. But here's what I'm going with that. And Roll Tide, Raj. I really was rooting for you guys a few days ago, but no biggie.
I wasn't.
I was just because you never know. Nick Saban might retire finally. And that might have been his best option. But anyway. So according to Tankathon, Clyde, here's where
Did you say Tankathon?
Tankathon, yes. We are 8-8. We are currently sitting at 14th. The highest that we can go is 9.
Okay.
Atlanta holds the 9. There's 4 teams that are 7-9 from 9 to 12. Atlanta, Chicago, Las Vegas, and Minnesota.
Okay.
Then you got New Orleans, Denver, Seattle, Cincinnati from 13 through 16. That's 8-8, and then of course Houston and Pittsburgh. And of course, that Houston was from Arizona. Arizona has Houston's pick. That really doesn't matter. And then Pittsburgh, which we can't get that 18 unless they lose and we win, and that's too many tiebreakers here. So you're looking at anywhere, Clyde, from 9, I say, to 15, give or take a drop or 2. So obviously there's still room, but like you said, cap space. I don't know, because obviously you got 2 teams, Las Vegas and Denver. Of course, I would imagine. I mean, I can't really speak for Las Vegas's fan base. I'm sure they would like to win. I really don't know, but
I'm sure they want to lose, man. Yeah, they want to lose.
Exactly. You may
just like we do. And here's why. Because they don't have a quarterback either, dude.
Well, that's the thing. We may end up with a Minnesota Vegas game all over again.
Yes.
Because now you're playing position to try to keep your pick in or try to get it higher. My thing is this, and I'm going to go, and this is where I'm going with. Even at, let's say, 14, if Bo Nix, the quarterback out of Oregon, if he's at 14, he might, I don't know where a lot of these are putting him at right now. If he's 14, if he's still available at 14, do you take Bo Nix, the quarterback out of Oregon?
No. Nope. You run it with Stidham. You run it with Stidham, and you get a veteran backup. I'd rather have Drew Lock than Bo Nix.
Well, now, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you, in theory, could go get Drew Lock to be your backup, or even starter.
Well,
I would rather run that. I would rather run that quarterback room than a Bo Nix, Jarrett Stidham quarterback room. That's just me. So I would go best player available at that point at 14. But if you have an opportunity to get Penix Jr., you go get that kid. But you have to leapfrog the Raiders in order to do it. And because the Raiders theoretically would sweep us,
well, yeah,
we would have a better draft pick than the Raiders, which gives us a whole lot more leverage in trading for that quarterback. Because they're going to try to trade too to get their quarterback, theoretically. But the Raiders, Tankathon, let's say the Raiders lose and they go 7-10. Now they have a top 10 pick. Now they have a lot more draft. They're more draft capable of getting one of those top quarterbacks than we are. So that's a loss. So winning actually helps the Raiders and hurts us. So why would you want to lose, or why would you want to win this game against the Raiders, other than bragging rights?
Bragging
Makes
rights
no
and winning
sense.
season.
Yeah, but winning seasons, like, who gives a shit? We're not in the playoffs. Do you know what I mean? We had a chance to have a winning season. We put it on Russ. We said, Russ, go beat Houston. Russ, go throw us to a victory against Detroit. And he shit the bed. And now we have a losing season. Whether we go 9-8 or 8-9, like you said, it was a huge disappointment.
Boy, absolutely.
No matter what happens. So why win?
And here's the one from the Herd and Raj podcast. Do the Raiders know what they are doing?
I think they do. I think they do know what they're doing, actually. Weirdly. Ironically, I think they know what they're doing. And the reason why they know what they're doing is because they fired their coach mid-season. They knew that he was a shit show. They had to get rid of him.
Well,
it was a huge – they ate that salary. That was a huge salary for them to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that Mark Davis needs worse than a haircut is those dollars that he's given Josh McDaniels to go away. So ultimately, yes, I think they know what they're doing. We'll see what they do with their coach. I think they run it back with Antonio Pierce. But I think they do.
Here's the thing that's concerning to me. We spent money upon money upon money last offseason. You brought in Ben Powers, an offensive lineman that played for Baltimore prior to. Mike McGlinchey, big-time money from San Francisco. You're paying big-time money for Garrett Bowles, even though that was, I think, the season prior to. Justin Simmons, which I thought they did that to leverage the trading block for him on that one, but so far it hasn't panned out that way like I kind of thought it would. You're looking through all of these, like I'm looking right now, you spent money upon money to end up nothing with an offensive line. I'll be honest with you, Clyde. I thought this is the worst offensive line that we've seen in a long time. And this is coming from a guy that has complained and moaned and groaned with you and other people that's come on to the show, is that's the issue that Denver continues to have. And it seems to be the issue they still have. And they spent a lot of money on these players and still no offensive line. But the main thing is, like you said, and you gotta look at it, is you look at the schedule for Denver, and you look at it. Yes, they've out of the 8 losses, 4 of them were by a single possession, 10 points or less, or a single possession. The Raiders being
one of them was by 50.
Yeah, well, we're not going to discuss.
There you go, Raj. That's for you. That's a shout out to Raj.
Per the Ross podcast, Broncos should have been really bad or made the playoffs, and instead they hit that bad middle spot where they hurt the draft pick. I absolutely agree.
Totally,
they should have tanked.
Agree.
I agree. Pierce
they should have tanked.
Chance. No, absolutely they should have, and that's why I'm not saying tank for Caleb Williams, but I definitely would have tanked for somebody.
Well, look. Okay, let's get back. Look, there's a deeper philosophical point that you're trying to make, and that I think all of Broncos country is trying to make. Let's get deep on this. Let's get philosophical.
Okay, the worst. Here we go. You have a team that, and I agree with Garrett Bowles. After, I don't know if you caught what he said after the 50-point loss to Miami in Week 3. I think is what that was. Week 4.
Yeah, he's just bragging, humble brag at this point.
When he said, I think it was Week 3. When he said, I'm tired, and I think he was crying. I'm not making fun of the guy. I'm tired of seeing them lose too. We're tired of losing. I'm tired of losing. I've been here tired of losing. They need to flat out, Clyde. This is a season for me personally. Now we can recap whether we're 8-9 or 9-8. Doesn't really matter. But the season for me, dude, is this. And I'm going to sum it up right here. This is a season where
Hit me.
you had a cultural evaluation. Sean Payton, George Payton, I don't care who makes the decisions because I think George Payton needs to go out the door too. Sean Payton needs to grab his clipboard and during the offseason get the losing mentality out of Denver. Because Garrett Bowles summed it up himself, which I agree with that. All he's done since he's been in Denver is lose. Well, I mean, and we lost to Nathaniel Hackett in Week 5.
Oh my
in
God,
Denver,
bro!
By the way.
Yeah, I quit. I quit being a fan at that point. I was pissed. I was so pissed. Honestly, at that point, I was like, well, I don't care what happens at this point. But let's. I mean, you can talk X's and O's and final scores and all that. I get it. But philosophically, what do we have? Like this Russ benching is a philosophical. It's a point that we need to make in terms of what we are as an organization. We have to get back. Sean Payton is the guy. He is the grand poobah of all things football in Denver, ultimately.
Right.
And we have to have players that fit that guy and his philosophy. And Russ does not fit that philosophy. He just doesn't. Whether he's having a great year, some people say, or he's having, a mediocre year, as I would say. But he doesn't fit. And it's not going to work with Russ. So you got to move on, which they're doing. That's cool. I agree. They also have to get depth. They don't have any depth. They've tried, spending all the money in the world, and now we're in cap hell going into next year. Mm-hmm. So we have to draft well. So George Payton probably going to have to go because you blew that too. So George Payton is gone. So philosophically, we're getting to this point. Like, what are we? What are the Broncos going forward? What are they?
Well, that's and Clyde, that is the question right there. What are they? We don't know. The fans don't know. I don't even think the organization or ownership knows who the Denver Broncos are, because we've watched a team go from high expectations this year, me included, Super Bowl, AFC West, AFC Championship game. I don't care how far down the road you got us in the playoffs or whether or not we won the division or not. I thought we would have, but dude, there's no identity in Denver right now.
No,
none.
Well, there is, and it is, and it's Sean Payton's identity. And if you look at the team, like let's take the 10,000-foot view of this team from 2022 to 2023. It's big improvements, right? But ultimately, this is a well-coached team. I look at this team and say, this is a well-coached football team. And so you can tell me, like, Sean Payton has had some bad game plans, and I would say yes, true to all of that. But ultimately, I think this team is getting better. They're being coached. And I say that because of this. Because Sean Payton wants an aggressive team. He wants a hard-hitting, mean, like you're going to know you've been in a fight when you play the Denver Broncos. And say what you want about whoever you want. The Broncos are a very aggressive football team. And that is starting to be the identity of this team. Ball. Run into the friend ball guy. Right? Can you hear me? I don't know if I'm being called. Okay. Russ ain't that guy. He's the kiss the babies guy. And that's not what Sean Payton wants. Sean Payton wants guys that are going to be fiery. And I don't know if you saw it or not, but Stidham came off the field when they had the ball in the 1 yard line. They had 2 false starts in a row. And he came off the field pissed, bro. He was fired up, man. He was mad. And that was like the most refreshing thing I've seen other than the 7-yard completion in the middle of the field on 3rd and 5. Those things were like so refreshing to me because I saw a quarterback hold his offensive line accountable a little bit. Get in their grill a little bit. Russ never got in there. He would have been like, it's okay, guys, get him on the next one. Shut the fuck up, Russ. Get fucking mad. You know, I need some fire because I'm so sick of this shit as a Broncos fan that I want fire. I want fire. Get pissed. It's not acceptable. And so I'm starting to see these things come to the identity of this team, and I'm starting to feel good about it. I see that a little bit, and I'm like, all right, got a little bit of fire. We got a little bit of, hey, we're not your friends anymore. Because this team was so soft last year that it was disgusting. And now we're kind of getting to the point where we got Kareem Jackson out here getting suspended. Well, because he's being too aggressive and he got fired.
Well,
I'm good with that. But
I don't know.
I don't know. I know. I get it.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of team this is a real aggressive, fly around, snot bubbles kind of football team. And that was not this case last year. And so if you don't match that intensity you're not going to be here anymore. And I don't know if PS2 matches that even, to be honest with you. I think it's time to move on from him too. He's a little bit soft to me. So if you can use PS2 to move up and get your quarterback, I'm cool with that.
Read through the comments real quick. Oh, God, this is funny.
Yes,
Raj appreciated it, but he's worried about his team this weekend. Herbert Raj, you can't lose to someone you trash in the offseason. I don't remember who we were talking about that one. Very mediocre year. He just been so bad that the average looks really, really good. That's so true. A good buddy of mine, Mr. Wong Lam, the host of the Defining Moments podcast, and an amazing person in general. Texas is back before the Broncos. Dude, that hurts my heart. Herbert Rogers podcast. Okay, Russ, you better shape up or Clyde is going to beat you down, I think is what it was. Kareem Jackson.
I'm not going to beat him
down. Defining Moments pod. Bro, the Broncos is as soft as Charmin.
Not anymore, bro. That ain't true.
Herbert
that ain't true anymore.
Dumb tackling is dumb tackling, and Broncos gear is made in China.
Oh, speaking of Broncos gear, did you know that the Broncos are changing their logo next year? They're changing their uniforms.
That's what I heard. Yes.
And word around the campfire is they're going to be silver.
Interesting. Snow cap helmets. I'm thinking maybe.
I doubt it. I hope not. Those are fucking ugly, dude.
You don't like them?
What are we, the Dolphins? No, man.
We might beat somebody by 50 points then, dude.
We want white helmets? What are we, the Dolphins? No.
We going. Well, I hope, dude. We gotta find an identity. I don't care if it's with our uniforms at this point.
Well, that's what it is, man. The identity ultimately is Sean Payton's identity, and he's got his stamp on this team, and I'm actually kind of excited about it. And he's the only guy. He's the only guy that can bench Russell Wilson. So who else is going to come in here and bench Russ?
Well, not Nathaniel Hackett.
No, nobody could do that. Just him. And I don't think the owners wanted Russ around either, to be honest with you, after last year. I think they wanted him gone. I think he tried. It didn't work. And he ultimately said, hey, you're gonna give this guy $39 million to go away. And they were like, cool. So where was I going? I'm sorry. driving, doing two things at once.
You're probably pissing somebody off.
Oh yeah,
you won't turn.
Oh, dude, I've been fingered so many times this week. Middle fingered. Wait.
You've been fingered by the longest finger on your hand?
I've been chasing that high ever since, dude. I don't know.
You should strive. You should strive to be like my fins. We got more. I really don't think Clyde meant to say that. I agree on that one, Raj or Herb.
No, you don't know me. You don't know me. I've been boofing ivermectin. I've been boofing ag grade ivermectin for the last couple of weeks because. Wait, what?
Excellent question by Raj.
Hit me.
Team in Colorado, the Buffs or the Broncos?
Broncos.
Speaking of that, who's the worst franchise right now, the Rockies or the Broncos?
The Rockies.
Absolutely. Know why? I bet you know why, though.
I know why.
You haven't spent a single time in free agency.
Well, that's not okay, dude. You know I'm a baseball guy. Ultimately, if you want to talk baseball, I love baseball, man. That's my jam.
We'll have to on when we get close to opening day for sure.
Oh, I love baseball.
Raj says you should. I wouldn't have admitted that, Clyde.
What's that? Oh, the fingering part?
Yes, and then practically Herb is
don't knock it till you try it.
Herb and Raj, if you guys get him on your show, which I highly recommend, have him specifically tell his Uber story, and the rest of show. The rest of the two guys. The rest of your show is done because you cannot catch your breath from laughing at that point. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there is he told that story to David once, and I just had to put myself on mute. I was done for. I was done.
Yeah, it's a fun story. Dude, I've been getting on stage lately. I've been doing open mics.
Herb says he remembers that two guys story.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's a good one.
Oh, yes, Wong.
What up, Wong?
So Wong says a good buddy of mine. He's the real deal. I swear to God.
I follow Wong on X, so I know Wong.
Yeah.
What up, homie?
Wong is
that's my guy.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
He's saying for you to come to Oklahoma City, and he's going to buy you a Freedom Burger. And I know exactly what he's talking about. And, dude, those are flat out amazing.
Dude, I would love to, Wong. You just keep it warm. I would love to, man.
We're going to fly you down here just because it takes
Dude, I want to drive. I'm going to drive.
Just because it takes you a freaking hour and a half to get here from Denver to OKC.
No, dude, I'm gonna take a road trip. I'm going to Austin.
No. I'll forget that you said that.
Sorry, man. Am I there? Am I here still?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So
sorry.
No, you're good, dude. So real quick, I'm gonna give you the free agent list of 2024 for the Broncos, presented by Plug Tech. Use the code AirRaidPodcast and save $10 on your order of $99 or more. But here's the deal: most of these paper, I don't even know who they are, but I will give you the ones that we do, and you say re-sign or we're gonna move on down the road with them. Starting off with our wonderful kicker, Will Lutz.
Bye, Will. Thanks.
Defensive end, Mike Purcell.
See you later, Will. Mike Purcell, too.
Inside linebacker, Josie Jewell.
Josie Jewell? Bye!
I'm with you on that one.
Dude, Josie Jewell.
Yes.
Josie Jewell's really good if it's one-on-one with a white guy. One-on-one with a white guy, Josie Jewell is all world.
Jesus. Guard Graham. Glasgow.
Guard Graham, he's not even on our team, dude. What are you talking about?
Well, that's what he has it on. This list right here I'm looking at, dude.
Well, that guy's been gone for like 500 days, so I don't know what we're talking about.
Dude, he's been gone.
That guy's been gone for 700 days, dude.
Lloyd Kuchenberry. Well, do you need to go to Spot Track and tell them that they need to update their list?
I go to Spot Track.
Lloyd Kuchenberry.
Lloyd Kuchenberry. Dude, I like Lloyd Kuchenberry's a baller.
Dude,
resign.
I will say absolutely. No, I'm with you on that. PJ Locke.
Resign.
Michael Burton on fullback.
Resign.
Cameron Fleming. Except I don't think he's on the offensive line anymore, though.
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
He is. He actually played last week. He played well, I thought.
Backup last week.
I don't know, dude. With the way the cap is, I would have to say bye to Cam Fleming, but he's a good swing.
Making sure I miss. Okay. Spot Track. There we go. And the rest, I couldn't tell you who the rest were.
Tell them all goodbye.
Yes.
The rest of them, everybody gone. Resign Kush. Everybody else ultimately can be gone. And by the way, I'm going to take umbrage with the offensive line comment you made. You're disparaging my offensive. This is a pretty good offensive line. I think this is a really good offensive line.
Russell Wilson had been on the ground more than I think Drew Lock, Trevor Siemian, Joe Flacco, and the rest of our God-forsaken quarterbacks we had prior.
Whoa. Easy. Hold on a second.
Russ was on the ground quite a bit this year, Clyde.
Russ likes to hold on to the ball too long, dude. That's why Russ isn't playing anymore. You know that, right?
Why?
Honestly, he takes a lot of dude. Well, he can't see the field. Russ is the problem with the sacks. I'm going to put 65% of the sacks on Russell Wilson are because Russell Wilson sucks at seeing the field. And he wants to play hero ball all the time. Go deep. He's really good for getting highlights, getting on Sports Center. He's really good at Sports Center, and he's really good at fantasy football. But in the NFL, it's like playing left-handed. That's what this is. Russ is an offensive coordinator is like tying one hand behind your back. You can go deep. Russ's arm talent is otherworldly. It's still great. He's still excellent with the arm talent. Phenomenal. But arm talent will get you fired. He is these plays that are miraculous. They take 6-7 seconds to develop. Am I right? Most of the plays that you are like, you go back and look at the 2023 Broncos and you cut up a highlight tape, it's going to be a whole lot of a long time throwing the ball a long way downfield and watching Cortland Sutton come down with the ball with one hand. That's what 2023 is. 95% of the highlights are going to be that. And you're going to look at that and go, dude, Russ is fucking awesome. But what you don't see and what you don't know, what most people don't know, is that those plays aren't designed to be 7 seconds long, 8 seconds long. What is this? The rodeo? We're not trying to ride Bronx here, bro. You got to throw the ball quick. You got to be on time. Those aren't on-time plays. Those are off-script, off-schedule, chaotic plays. And they're fantastic for highlights. But they're terrible for football, for NFL football.
Well, and here's where I say about the offensive line.
Nobody can block for 8 seconds, dude.
Well, no, but I mean, but you look at the rushing game though, dude. Javonte Williams a little over 700 rushing yards this season. He's barely making 3 yards a carry.
Is that on the offensive line, or is that because Javonte Williams is running on one flat tire?
Well, it's a mixture of both.
Well, you can't expect Javonte to be good this year.
You still got McLaughlin, which I like that kid. That kid can play, but when he's out there. But you look at him; he got a little over 400 yards. We don't even have now receiving part that falls on on Russ because obviously he's got to get the ball to the receiver for them to produce anything. So I'm not going to,
Go figure.
hang that. But, well, yeah, exactly on that. I'm not going to argue that one. We don't even have a single – here's the thing. At the end of the day, this sums up your 2023 Denver Broncos. Javonte, we will not have unless they break out on Sunday, which I don't see that at all. We will not even have a single 1,000-yard rusher, nor will we even have a 1,000-yard receiver this year.
Yeah, it's been 4 years, bro.
Yeah, it's a.
That's been 4 years.
So
4 years since we've had a runner for 1,000, and 4 years since we've had a 1,000 receiver. 4 years. Thank you, George Payton. Bye. You gotta go.
What is George?
Nice guy.
What's George Payton's contract still? Real quick, do we know?
Who cares? You can pay him. It's just money. This ownership group has all the money in the world. So who cares? Fire him. Bye. It's just money.
Okay, this would be his second season, full season. Of a 6
No, this is his third. He started in 21.
Oh, yeah, 21.
21, 22, 23.
So he's halfway there.
Yeah. Okay, I just got home, so I'm gonna let me walk in real quick and give me just a second. I might lose you here in a second, but I gotta walk in. And can you hear me?
Oh yeah. All I'm gonna say as we walk is Denver needs an identity. I'm not saying Russ. Obviously Russ is done. I still think I don't know quarterback wise what we can get next year if there's any.
Sorry,
but
I'm doing a podcast.
Stidham,
say hi.
Hi.
That's my wife. Sorry.
What's up, wife? What's up, Clyde Diesel's wife?
Did I lose you? Sorry, buddy.
I got you.
Okay, I'm here.
Denver needs Drew Lock back.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I wouldn't mind.
So do you miss Drew Lock?
No.
Would you still make that trade all over again?
No. No. I would run with Drew.
I thought we should have done that at the beginning.
I know you did. And in hindsight, I think we should have done that. Absolutely.
You never know. He may come back to Denver.
That's what I'm saying. I would rather have Drew and Stidham than Bo Nix.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a really interesting free agency as we head into the draft on what this team does.
Do you see that right there? Do you see that?
Yeah.
See what that is?
Is that
that's what I hit when the Broncos. That's my Broncos suck bag.
That poor thing's. I don't think there's any life left into it.
Oh, it's full of water. And water is life, Mike.
Just not in Denver this year, buddy.
Not in Denver. Nope. What were we talking about? I was so mad earlier. I don't even remember why I was so mad. Why was I so mad?
George Payton.
Oh, yeah.
So, question for you, Clyde.
Huh?
Question for you.
Okay, hit me.
I know that you do lift.
I do lift.
And obviously, you got a lot of stories. But let's just play devil's advocate and say that Russell Wilson,
yes,
Sean Payton, and Jerry Jeudy, I'll give you three. They're all coming back from a high-end, let's say John Elway Steakhouse. I don't know if that's still there or not.
It is.
Let's just say he comes back from John Elway Steakhouse. They need a lift. They hit you up. No, you just happen to get the luck of the straw. First off, if they ask you, hey, who gets shotgun and who are the two that sits in the back? Who are the
Yep.
two that sits in the back seat? Who gets shotgun? Also, what does that conversation with all three look like for you?
Well, I don't know what planet you're on because Russell Wilson and Sean Payton are not eating dinner together anytime soon.
Well, we know
They are
Jared
not
Judy's
friends.
not.
And Jerry Judy doesn't like either one of those two guys. So I don't know what are you, dude? If those three get into my lift, I'm probably canceling the ride because they are going to be fighting like cats and dogs. But I would probably put Jerry Judy in the front. So, but the ironic part of this is that even though Jerry Judy is sitting directly in front of Russell Wilson, Russell still won't be able to see him.
Herbert Ross podcast. Mike has made them ride together.
Mike made them ride together, dude. I'm upset, dude. So, like, the idea of infinity exists because of a scenario like this exists. Yeah, no, it's never going to happen.
No, it's not.
But yeah, like I said, I'm putting Jerry Judy in the front, and Russell Wilson still won't be able to see him. And Sean Payton's going to go, he's right there. He's right, Russ. He's right there.
And funny,
Russ is going to be like, who? Where? Where's Cortland? Where's Cortland?
Hey, Clyde,
Cortland's out there somewhere.
I like Jerry Judy, but you know what's funny though?
You like Jerry Judy?
Yeah, sure. Why not? You know why? You know what's funny though, Clyde?
Hit me.
Jared Judy will still drop it.
Wow. Yeah, he would. Stone hands McGumby legs. That's what I call him. Stone hands McGumby legs.
No, I do like Jerry. He just, I don't know. The system
I don't like
Denver
Jerry.
just has not worked out for him. And I do
not a fan of Jerry Judy.
I will say this, and I wish him all the best. I don't know what the future is going to hold for him. I don't think he's going to be in Denver next year at all.
You think?
I would be surprised, to be honest. Unless we go get, I couldn't even tell you what quarterback that would make him stay, or want to stay in Denver. No, I think a change of scenery for Jerry is really necessary.
Yeah, for all of our sake, for all of us.
Yeah, and for him.
You know what I'm doing with my lift? I'm taking him and I'm dropping him off first. Because that dude, as much as I talk about Russ, like Jerry Judy, you gotta go, dog. You gotta go. You're in the front because you're getting dropped off first, homeboy. You gotta go. Not a fan.
What is that conversation of all three? Is there even a conversation? Are you going to break up the fight?
I'm not going to break up the fight. I'm just going to shut up and drive and let them get to where they're going because that's gold. That's gold. I would love to see that. I'd be a fly on the wall for a Sean Payton and Russell Wilson conversation.
Who wouldn't be, though?
Man. Dude, what would they talk about?
I couldn't even tell you. Probably nothing, to be honest.
Bong rips. Bong rips. That's what they're talking about. The quality of the marijuana in Colorado.
I would say it. I mean, truthfully, dude.
That was a joke, kind of.
All 8, 9 people now watching, they probably got it, so you're good.
Dude, did you see Sean Payton taking bong rips with teenagers? Have you seen that?
I could see that. No,
yeah,
I personally
there's a video
not,
out there of him taking bong rips with like 15-year-olds.
Doesn't surprise me one bit. He looks like that weird guy.
Yeah, he's pretty weird. He totally is. He's that guy.
Different.
And you got Russell Wilson, who's God-fearing. Like, say what you want. He's Walter Payton Man of the Year, right? These two are like oil and water. I've been saying that since Sean Payton got hired.
Russell Wilson needs to figure something out and get away from Sierra.
Wait, what? Why?
Dude,
I like
I can't speak prior to Denver, but since he's been in Denver, him and Sierra has been the highlight, kind of like the stupid Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Not that severe because I don't know why everybody has to worry about Taylor Swift every 2 seconds. Dude, since he's been in Denver, you see him all the time around Sierra. I think his game card has gotten literally mile high, and I think the thin air has legitimately got to his head because he's been more the distraction with Sierra than they were in Seattle.
Really?
Because if you play like this, so here's the deal. Because when they got to Denver, that's all they thought about was Sierra and Denver, Sierra and Russ and Sierra, blah blah blah, woo woo woo. They got
They're still making babies, dude.
Well, that's another thing. They got a lot of babies coming.
They got another baby,
and that's probably why his game sucks. He can't get enough sleep.
No, he's just not tall enough.
I do believe that the age is catching up to him. I will say that.
Well, he's
36.
He can't run around like he used to, man.
No,
it used to be okay for him to run around for 8 seconds and go deep to DK when he was 26, 27, 28, whatever he was. He's not that guy anymore. And that's why they took so many sacks. He took so many sacks, bro, because of that. It's a football move. Like, in terms of football, just the football aspect of this, Russ did not perform well enough to be the quarterback of the Denver Broncos, especially with that contract. Just as simple as that. You say what you want about Sierra, say what you want about anybody. It comes down to Russ just not being good enough. And everybody wants to blame somebody else, like you with the offensive line. It's like, dude, this ain't the rodeo, dude. Nobody can block for 8 seconds.
Well, no, but also you can only block him for so long.
Exactly. Find the guy, Russ. There's a guy. Find him. And it's usually Judy running wide open. And Russ doesn't trust that guy for whatever reason. He doesn't trust him. So that's the problem. Like, there's a trust issue with those 3 players, especially. Russ doesn't trust Jerry, and Sean doesn't trust either one of them. Just that simple.
How about this? Let's just say this. Put it out there as we wind the show down. What about what about this trade? Because the both contracts are horrendous. So you're really not really losing out, if any, at all. What about trading Russ for Kyler Murray?
No. Nope. You can't, dude. You don't have to. No.
Is there a team out there that could legitimately take on at least portion of his contract so we're not stuck with all this freaking cap space, or no?
No.
What about Dallas? What about Dallas?
What about Dallas?
We trade for Dak.
Dude, come on, man. This ain't Madden, dude. No.
Oh, this will be anything we make it to be.
You're stuck, man. You're stuck. This is the philosophical point I was trying to make earlier, is that right now you are stuck where you're at. You saddled yourself with an albatross of a contract with Russ, and he's not good enough, and he's not going to be here next year. You gotta just cut him. You just gotta cut him, and because of that, now you're stuck. You don't get to sign free agents this year. You are stuck with what you got, and so it's going to be Stidham and a rookie, unless I can't think of who's going to come in here and play for Sean Payton. Kyler Murray ain't on time. Kyler Murray, you think Kyler Murray fits the Sean Payton offense? Negative.
What about Ben DiNucci?
Ben DiNucci might. I don't know. I haven't seen him play, but I mean, maybe they run with that. Honestly and ultimately, if the Broncos decide that they're going to draft a tackle in the draft this year, in the first round, I would be ecstatic. Or a defensive lineman, I'd be ecstatic. Or a linebacker, I would be over the moon. Give me the best one of those, and I will be ecstatic. So, quarterback, if Penix Jr. falls to them and they can move up and get him somehow or whatever, great. But you're not getting Drake May. You're not getting Caleb Williams. And Lord knows I don't want Bo Nix or JJ McCarthy. I don't care about either one of those two guys.
Well, I was about to tell you. So I'm looking at this current I'm looking at the most recent mock draft courtesy of CBS Sports, and they got us with Bo Nix at 14.
Yeah, that's because it's a fantasy football world, dude. We live in a fantasy football world. That's just not gonna fly here. Why not just run it with DiNucci and Stidham? That's same thing. Same guy. Stidham and Bo Nix are the same guy. How are they different?
Who?
Stidham and Bo Nix.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much difference similarities that there is.
There's a lot of similarities. Same size. They're the same size.
I think Nix's arm is better though.
Dude, I've seen that. Dude, Stidham can spin it, bro. I'm really impressed with Stidham's arm, actually. But dude, arm talent, like I said, arm talent will get you fired. If you want arm talent, you got Russell Wilson. They're going to pay $39 million to kick rocks. That guy's got the best arm talent in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't about arm talent. So how is Stidham any different than Bo Nix?
Okay, how about this one then? Bleacher Report has us at number 14. I say go with this just because of his name. Cornerback, not a quarterback, but a corner from Alabama, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
If we draft a guy named Kool-Aid, I'm going to be pissed. I'm putting that out there.
Herb and Rod, if you guys are still watching, or anybody for that matter, I know this show in 6. I'll be out here for probably about 10 more minutes. 6 people. Let us know what you think of Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama.
Dude, if anybody's drafting Kool-Aid McKinstry, it's gonna be what's his nuts from Kansas City, the guy, the coach, Andy Reid. Because Andy Reid, when he's wearing his Chiefs gear, looks like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh, first X comment that's finally been on StreamYard for all you live streamers out there that's watching. And if you're listening to the show, obviously join in next week. I wish I
Kool-Aid is a phenomenal player. Is that what he's saying?
Player. Correct.
Kool-Aid is?
Yes.
Hey, man, you got a name like Kool-Aid, you better be good. Because if you're not good, you should rename yourself to Flavor Aid.
For some reason, I think Kool-Aid McKinstry is like a Kansas City Chief player. I can just see that.
Because his coach is the Kool-Aid man.
No, dude, Kool-Aid. Dude, just imagine PS2 and Kool-Aid.
I'm imagining.
That's a great duo.
That's a name. We got to come up with a nickname for that.
Oh God.
That's no fly zone. That would be the new fly zone.
They would have to be a legit no fly zone because that defense in 2015 was phenomenal.
Yeah,
that secondary. That would have to be.
Why would we go cornerback? What kind of freaking pick is that? I would be pissed if we went cornerback. Give me somebody that eats 6 meals a day, please. Please. 6 meals a day. Give me one of them. That's what I want. I want a guy who's got to wake up at 3:00 in the morning to eat. That's what I want. And it ain't Kool-Aid. Okay?
I'm gonna look up Kool-Aid's stats real quick.
Who cares? Dude, we don't need a cornerback. We need a fat boy. We need a big boy in the middle. Because we already cut Mike Purcell. So we need somebody in the middle. And listen, this team does not stop the run at all.
No,
Zero run stop. Like I said, if you're a white guy, Josie Jew will tackle you. But
so he's 6'1", 195.
Yeah, can't stop the run.
His 40 time is
nose tackle?
4.55.
Can we plug him in at nose tackle?
No, but you can put him on the outside. No. He'll be a better when you can go on the outside.
Chasing down running backs, running in the wild.
He can be your outside man. You can press him in the corner.
Dude, you know Raj knows about A-Chain still scoring touchdowns. Dude, that guy banged his head on a goalpost like 4 times against us because we cannot stop the run.
He's 6'1", 195, runs to 40 and 4.55.
Yeah, not fast enough. Sorry. I need a big boy. I need 6'6", 330. And would tackle his grandma at a family picnic.
So overall, they got him on NFL Draft Buzz. His quarterback rating when targeted is 64.6. He's 84% tackling, 92% run defense along with coverage, 88 zone and man press is 87. He ranks 10th overall. And he's the number 1 corner in this year.
Cool. I'll be pissed if we draft him.
I say Kool-Aid for Denver.
What, dude? Stop it with Kool-Aid. Okay. I don't want Kool-Aid. I want who's somebody that's out grazing right now. Somebody that's grazing right now. Who's out there grazing? There's got to be a big boy in Georgia somewhere or Alabama. Raj, who's the big boy in Alabama that we need to draft? We need a big boy in Alabama.
You talking about Dallas Turner, that edge that plays edge?
Don't know. I want somebody who is eating right now because they're on a schedule. They got to eat 6 times a day.
I don't know if they're still watching. J.C. Latham, offensive tackle from Bama, is a big boy, but
I'll take him. That's what I want.
I think you're gonna have to trade up for if you want him, dude. I think he gets picked probably top 7.
Okay. Well, who give me another one. Who's the other one? Give me a guard or
if we can get
I want defensive tackles. Give me a defensive tackle. Find me a defensive tackle or a defensive end. I want 6'6", 310 on the defensive end.
I think Dallas Turner's gonna be your guy, but again,
I'll take him
here. In here, I think you're gonna have to Dallas Turner. You're gonna have to probably trade up for him, imagine.
Who are we going to get? Dude, listen.
So Dallas Turner is 6'4",
we're not going to trade up. You can't trade up. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't think Dallas Turner, I don't think falls at 14.
Okay.
Dallas Turner is 6'4", 242.
That's not big enough. I want 342. Give me somebody with some meat, man. And on the defensive line. That's who I want. I want Quinnen Williams. That's who I want. Give me the next Quinnen Williams. Hit me with him. That's the guy.
Let's see if this is your guy then.
Hit me with him. Quinnen Williams Jr. Because this team ain't going to get fixed next year. We ain't gonna win anything next year.
No,
we're in cap
or Jerzon. I'm gonna butcher his name, so I apologize if he even is listening to the show.
So
Jerzon Newton, 295, 6'2".
Where does he play? What's he do? Defensive end.
Defensive end. Defensive tackle end.
Okay. Can he play 3 technique?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll take him. Give me that guy then. That's the guy. These are the players we need to draft. Because we don't have any defensive line depth at all.
Or we can get a guy named by the name of Chop Robinson out of Penn State.
Okay. What's he look like? Who's Chop?
Chop.
His name better be Pork Chop. It better be short for Pork Chop because I want Pork Chop.
What's the difference from Chop to Kool-Aid?
Because Pork Chop is meat. I want some meat, man.
He's sick. He's a defensive.
I've been fingered 4 times.
He's a defensive end and can also play edge. He's 6'3", 250.
No, not big enough. Chop.
Dude, he's chopped though.
Yeah, he got cut. You can call him cut because I don't want him. I want big boys. Who's the big boy? Give me a big boy. That's what we need. We need depth on the defensive line.
This draft is really wide receiver heavy.
Cool. We need one.
Absolutely do.
Give me one in the 3rd round though, because we need middle linebacker. What about middle linebacker? What we got for middle linebackers in the draft? Who's the best middle backer? Because we need 2 of them.
Probably Jared Versay from Florida State.
Ooh, I like that idea. I like that. Give me that guy.
There he is.
I like that guy. Give me that guy. That's who we need.
6'4", 260.
Woo! Yeah, baby. Give me him. Yes, that's what we need. We need backers that are big
and fast. He runs a 40 in a 4.59.
Woo! That's
fast,
bruh. That's who I want. Give me that guy. That's the guy we need to target.
He's 6'4". His hands are 9 6/8. Arm is
9 3/4.
Dude.
Can we embrace like breaking down fractions, please?
Right.
You can't be giving me this 10 12s.
That's what they have in his draft profile.
Good. Reduce your fractions, people. 3/4. I mean, right? Am I right, Mike?
No, I agree with you on that. Absolutely.
You can't not be reducing. You can't be reducing 9 6/8. Who are you, dude?
Well, just like this, his arm 32 6/8.
32 and get out of here with your 32 6/8.
Wingspan.
Like, what do you got?
9 3/8.
9 4/8. Get out of here. Stupid. That is dumb. I don't care who it is. Who's ever writing that up is dumb. I don't trust them. Can't reduce your fractions. Get out of here. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm
GED right here. This
real
guy.
Quick.
Passed my GED because you want to know why?
Here we go.
I reduce fractions. Okay, hit me.
So you said wide receiver because more than likely we're going to need one
in the 3rd round.
Well, how about this one? I got the perfect one for you.
Okay.
Let me pull up his profile here, and then we'll wrap this.
His name ain't Kraft Mac and Cheese or anything, is it?
No, it's actually
it's not Mac and Cheese McKinstry.
No, it is actually a pretty normal.
It ain't Tootsie Roll. Name. Tootsie Roll Jones.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
All right.
It's Brian Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas Jr.
He's 6'4", 205. He's out of LSU, and he can be your outside X receiver, which that would pretty much replace Jerry Jeudy.
Okay, sold. Where you got to get him? Where's he going to go? What's he projected?
First round.
No, can't go first round receiver, dude.
His 40 is 4.4.
Can't do it. Sorry. I'm sure he's great. I know those LSU receivers are phenomenal.
Now this one has him.
You need beef, dude.
Even though we don't have a 2nd round pick, courtesy of the Russell Wilson trade.
Thank you, Russ.
This guy can be.
Actually, that was the Sean Payton trade, by the way.
Yeah, this guy is the. He can be also go in the 2nd round in the late 2nd round. So you never know. He might be this Brian Thomas guy.
Oh, okay. With that. Give me 3rd round. I'm good with that.
You never know.
Hey, I mean, we got Marvelous Marvin Mims in the 2nd round, right? Or the 3rd or whatever.
Older Marvelous Mims, by the way.
Yeah, Marvelous Marvin Mims. I love that name.
Boomer. But final question for you for the night, Clyde.
Hit me with it.
Denver is on the clock, or Chicago,
Yes.
I should say. Do you make a
Chicago.
even trade for Justin Fields and Russell Wilson?
No. No. Mike, you got to understand fit right now. This is the Sean Payton show. If Russell Wilson don't fit Sean Payton, Justin Fields don't fit Sean Payton. Let's be honest.
Who fits him? Caleb Williams?
Probably not, to be honest with you. I would say Michael Penix probably fits him pretty well. That kid seems to see the field really well. Caleb Williams is a hero. He wants to play hero ball. If we want to play hero ball, we might as well keep Russ. So at the end of the day, I think Michael Penix Jr. is a quarterback of the future for the Broncos because he fits what Sean Payton wants to do. But that's the only guy I would want in the first round. That's a quarterback, honestly. True. And all these other cast-off quarterbacks, these Fields. If you wanted Fields, you should have drafted him in 21 when you had the chance. I heard some nonsense today about trading PS2 for Justin Fields. Dude, we had that opportunity, dude. We had that chance. We didn't take it. And now you want to do it? Kind of dumb. What? Stop. Dude, this is Sean Payton's show. We're not going with hero ball. We're not going with backyard, throw it up to court and one-hand grab in the back of the end zone anymore. That's not what we are. That's not the identity of this team. The identity of this team is middle of the field, just like what the Saints did. We need a possession guy like Michael Thomas that can convert third downs. We don't have a single third down converter on this team. We don't have a tight end on this team. We need a tight end, and we need somebody who can stop the run. Those are the positions of need right now. Honestly, in total truth, I think the quarterback room is going to be fine.
Oh, well, yeah.
Stidham, run it. Because to me, Sean Payton's offense, he seems to fit fairly well. So because we're in cap hell, we can't go get quarterbacks unless it's a rookie. And because we don't have draft picks and we have the worst depth in the league because we haven't had draft picks in forever, we got to go get depth. We got to go get depth players, especially on the defensive line, because our run stopping is piss poor. We need middle linebackers. We need defensive linemen. Period. We need as much as we can get. We need Shannon Sharp getting on the phone and saying, "Mr. President, send in the National Guard because we are getting run all over because our run defense is god awful." We need to shore that up today as soon as possible. So give me a middle backer or a defensive end or defensive tackle, a nose tackle. Give me something like that. And we need 2 or 3 of them. And then you can start thinking about receivers and tight ends. But until we get this run defense stopped, we're going to be 9-8, 8-9 for eternity.
All because I think we get rid of Tim Tebow.
Dude, the philosophy of this team, it is just so disorganized, man. Who are we? We haven't known what we are. We've got George Payton hiring fucking Coach Buttons because he wanted to bring in the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. And you know what I mean? It's dumb. We've sold our soul to be dumb. The time for being dumb is over. How this team needs to be built is from the middle out. Period. And the quarterback is the quarterback. Whatever. We've gotten piss poor quarterback play for the last 10 years, so who cares? One more year. Who cares? Run it. You can go 8-9 with Stidham next year. You can. And after next year, then you go get a quarterback. Unless it's Penix this year that falls to you. But until that, build your team from the middle out. No cornerbacks, no receivers. Give me guys that are eating on a schedule.
Big schedule.
Waking up, setting an alarm to go eat freaking ice cream at 3 a.m. That's the guy I want. Seriously. If we draft Kool-Aid McKinstry, I'm burning all my Broncos shit. Honestly, I don't care if he's the best player in the draft. Philosophically, it doesn't match, dude. We have to know what we're doing philosophically. And that ain't good philosophy. It's like hiring Coach Buttons to bring in Russell Wilson. Wipe him before you poop, dude. I don't get it. Truth.
Kool-Aid.
Truth bomb.
As we wrap up the show, before we announce next week's guest, Clyde, of course, I think we did this last year. Might have been 2 years ago. I can't remember. We are, of course, just a few days into 2024. What are your 2024? I don't really like resolution, but we'll go with that. What are your resolutions for 2024, and where would you like to see yourself headed into this year and going with that?
So here, you see this thing? You see in my hand?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 60-pound kettlebell.
Nice.
That I am swinging every day 300 times.
Nice.
Yeah. And to say I'm sexy is an understatement, bro. I have already, like I've been fingered so many times this week. So, it's that's my that's what I'm doing.
I'm on the same journey with you, just not the fingering part.
Woo! That's fun. We're having fun.
Having fun. All right, guys. Lena, Jesus, Lena Carino, the co-host of the Bougie Sports Squad podcast.
I like that name.
I do too. I think
that's such a cool name.
That's pretty spot on. Big time Cleveland Browns. I can't think. Dude.
Why? What's going on with you? What's going on?
Oh my God!
You got a Browns fan coming on?
Yes, next week.
Oh Jesus! You guys are going to talk about Joe Flacco?
Yeah, Joe and Deshaun and when can they cut him and all kinds of Brown stuff. Lena Carino, the co-host of the Bougie Sports Squad podcast, will be coming on next week, and then the following week on September. I'm already, Lord, I'm waiting.
September. Oh,
well, we know what Mike said.
You just skimmed over all of baseball season. What's wrong with you? Don't do that to me, dude.
Dude, I'm already in the postseason now. She's a talent on the box score team. On the box score, the talented Danielle Dubois will be coming on the 17th. I might have butchered this. Dubois.
I bet you that's not how she says it.
I know. I'm sure I butchered it.
I bet his name is Daniel, by the way.
Daniel.
Or is it Danielle? Is it a
Danielle?
Oh, it's Danielle. Are you sure?
I am positive.
It's not Daniel Dubois?
No, it's Danielle. I'm sorry if I said Danielle.
Danielle Dubois. Danielle Dubois.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's her name. That's how she said it.
So many more guests down the road, but
nice. I'm looking forward to the Bougie Sports Squad.
I am too, especially from a Denver Cleveland Brown aspect.
Yeah,
because they don't like us and we don't like them, even though they have Joe Flacco and we have Russell Wilson.
We don't have Russell. Well, we do, but we don't. We have Sierra.
Cool. That is going to do a wrap up. Final prediction, Clyde. We win or we lose? 9-8 or 8-9?
8-9. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers for 8-9. Give me an L, and I will be happy.
Give me a W, and we end the losing streak for the first winning season since 2016.
Yeah, the only win that mattered this year against the Raiders was week 1, and we lost that game. So
by a point.
We're playing for nada right now. I hope we lose.
From the studios of Oklahoma City, you're listening to the Air Raid Attack podcast. Clyde, it was a fun one. I enjoyed it, my man.
Love you, brother.
Love you, my man. We will talk to you guys soon. Same time, same place next week. Take care.